Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. In this series, your mission, should you choose to accept, is to simply find the checkmate. Now, I may throw in some puzzles every now and then for humorous or entertainment purposes, but most of these will be educational in nature, so make sure you're ready to pause the video. If you can't solve the puzzle immediately, don't give up and just fast forward to the answer. That will hinder your development. Many of these, I will briefly explain some concept and come back to the puzzle and give you a second shot at it, maybe with a hint. So make sure you watch the video all the way through. So sit back and enjoy, and let's begin. Here we go. So I have a very educational puzzle for you guys to start us off in quite the unique position. Believe it or not, this is a checkmate for white. So it is white to play. Pause the video and see if you can find the mate. Pause now. Okay, so we notice the bottom left-hand corner is the A1 square. So black's pawns are moving down the board. White's pawns are moving up the board. So pawns for both sides are locked. One of the first things that you should always look for when solving puzzles, as you should in any regular game, is to check to see if you have any checking moves. White has a few here, so either knight can take c2 with check, or white can play knight to b3 check. If we look at each of those, if either knight, doesn't matter which one, takes the pawn on c2 check, black recaptures with the bishop, the other knight recaptures check, and the king escapes to a2, and there simply is no follow-up. If white plays knight to b3 check, black captures with the pawn, and again, there's no follow-up. In fact, black is threatening mate themselves. So that tells us the first move is not a checking move. Black's pawns are controlling all three squares, so white's king is trapped. So the first move is a knight move. Now, I picked this puzzle because it has an important concept in chess that will show up from time to time, especially in the endgame, and that's the concept of domination. So if you didn't solve the puzzle, let me quickly explain this, and I'll give you another shot at it. So when you hear the word dominate in chess, I want you to think of the word trapped. So if a piece dominates another piece, it's controlling all of the squares the other piece can move to. So the dominating piece is restricting the movement of the dominated piece. So for example, here we would say the dark squared bishop is dominating the knight because all three squares that the knight can get to are all controlled by the bishop. So the knight's trapped. So we say the bishop dominates the knight. Here, likewise, we would say the king dominates the knight on h1 because the knight cannot move to either square because it's controlled by the king. So if we go back to this puzzle with this information on domination, I'll give you another shot at it. Go ahead and pause the video now. Yeah, so this is a checkmate in 3 moves, and the correct first move is knight to e6. So congratulations if you found that. And now we see the power of piece domination. So it can work both ways. So before the knight was dominating, now it's reversed. The knight is dominating the bishop because all 4 squares the dark square bishop can go to are all controlled by the knight. So when you play such a move as knight to e6, you're thinking, wait a minute, the dark square bishop is trapped, it can't move anywhere.
Yes! That's awesome!
And for your opponent,
it was at this moment that he knew.
Yeah, they realized their bishop is trapped, right? The only other move that black has, the king can't move. The only other move black has is bishop to a2, and that results in immediate checkmate. So after the dark square bishop moves somewhere, it will be devoured by the knight. Black has one legal move, bishop to a2, and on the third move, we play knight takes c2, checkmate.
Game over.
Domination, very important concept, especially in the endgame. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, smash that like button with a closed fist. Remember to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Take care, good luck with your chess, and we'll see you on the next one.